Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Castle here, and we are on part 4 of our missionary story where we are learning about Richard Rowe and Nard. That's short for Leonard. That was his nickname. And you might remember from last time that we learned that Richard was busy working on translating the book of Mark in the Bible into the Isnag language. Well, it was translated, and now Nard began to read the Bible, the book of Mark. And as he read, he discovered who Jesus is. As he read about how Jesus died on the cross for his sins, how he was beaten and whipped by the soldiers. And he was so angry when he read that. He shook his fist at God and he said, "How could you let these cruel men do this to your son?" But then Nard kept reading and he realized Jesus died on the cross for his sin. And Nard wanted to be forgiven of all the wrong things he has done, thought, and said. And he asked Jesus to forgive his sins. He prayed to Jesus and asked Jesus to forgive his sins and to become his Savior. And then Nard continued to read, and he read how Jesus came back to life 3 days after he died. And he said, "You are a powerful God. You are a loving God. I will do whatever you want me to do." Nard gave his full life to Jesus. And he said, "God, I'm just a jungle boy. Use me however you want to use me." Well, Richard Rowe had been praying for Nard. And one day Richard came to him and said, "Nard, I have a surprise for you." What do you think it was? He said, "Nard, how would you like to go to high school?" Well, Nard knew that high school was something very special because many of the children in his tribe, the Isnag tribe, they didn't go couldn't go to school beyond elementary school. And he said to Richard, "How? It's 900 miles away." And Richard said, "Well, God has provided a way." So one day Richard or Nard was in the jungle and he heard something. All of the Isnag people heard something. What do you think it was? They thought, "It's a metal bird in the sky." It was an airplane. Richard was going to take Nard to the town of Mindow and go to high school. Well, Richard told Nard, "There's something else that I want this airplane to bring to your village. You'll have to come back and find out what it is." What do you think it is? We'll come back next time and we'll find out.